Hi there folks, Borislav247 here with another Days Gone Horde series video. And on this video folks, my attention is firmly focused on the PROXY FALLS HORDE. A lot of ways to take out this horde folks, this'll be good. Right then folks, the PROXY FALLS HORDE is 50 strong and it is one of 3 hordes in the Cascade region that is unlocked straight away when you start the game. Now, as you can see, basically it's located at the very bottom of the Cascade area, and the first location I'm showing you there, that is where they are based during the daytime. The next area that is highlighted there, that is where they go for a drink at night. And the third area, which is at the bottom there, that is where they go to feed. The last 2 locations, you will only ever see them there at nighttime, folks. So, there's quite a number of ways to take out this horde, and there are quite a few easy kill locations, so let's get to the action folks. Right then folks, I'm going to start with a conventional method. This is basically one of my tried and tested methods for taking out this particular horde. It's not difficult to do, it only requires 1 resource item, and I'm not even using very good weapons in order to take out this horde. In fact, I'm just going to use the SAF-12. But this is one part that I always like to do when taking out this horde. I'm looking to place the bike like that, basically blocking most of the bridge. You will see, once I start to get them all chasing me, just how handy that basically becomes. It really does stop their numbers in a big way. Gives you a lot more time than you would ever normally expect to have. And that's handy at the beginning of the game. Okay, so the first part of the setup is done and dusted. The grenade's been thrown, and from here I'm not even bothering to look back until I am past that bike. I know I'm going to have all their numbers chasing me, or what's left of them, and now I'm going to go to town. I do have a bit of time to take them out. And just watch how effective the bike is. Make sure you're on the same side as the bike, and that will basically mean you will get virtually none of them coming through. I did eventually manage to get, I think, 3 of them in the end up there that managed to get past the bike, but it took them a long time. And look at that folks, that is a nice way to take them out. Right then folks, on to the next method, and this is basically the first of 4 easy kill locations that I've managed to find for this particular horde. Now, I'll just basically zoom in with a map here, and basically folks, it takes place where they normally come to drink. This is their water area. Now as you can see, there's not a freaker in sight here at the moment, or at least none of the horde. And that's a good job, because basically the setup for this is a reasonably quick one, but it can take you a couple of attempts, as I'm about to show. It's basically just climbing up this tree trunk, and when you get to the top of it folks, that is it. You are untouchable. And as you can see, there's a couple of freakers over there, so I'm just going to take them out at the moment. And then after that, it's a bit of a waiting game. So basically, you can take this time to do whatever you like. Go away, get a cup of coffee, come back, just chill. Right then folks, a few minutes have now passed, and I am now just starting to see signs of the horde that I'm waiting for. And here they come. Because basically, although this is quite a reasonably high-ish location, it's not high enough that they're going to struggle to see you. They know exactly where you are, so basically, once you have them over here in the numbers, you can do whatever you feel like. I'm just using the SAF-12 here just to show how easy it is to take out the horde here. If you have Molotovs and you want to use them, you most certainly can. I would not recommend grenades or pipe bombs, because you're likely to get blown off the tree trunk and then you're going to have slight problems. But basically, whatever you're most comfortable with taking out the horde here, it doesn't require anything more than gunplay basically folks. Now, it is worth noting, if you do have better weapons, use them. There's a lot of people that when they do eventually come to taking out a lot of the hordes in Cascade, especially as they all become unlocked once you have reached the Lost Lake region, a lot of people will normally wait until they've picked up an MG45 and then come back over this way and just start taking out all the hordes. But and I actually do show it on this particular method because it's one where I forgot to change one of my weapons, so I actually have in my possession an SMP9, and that is a fantastic weapon that you can get your hands on very early. And for anybody who is wondering how to get hold of that bad boy very early and very quickly, I do actually have a video that shows exactly how to do that, folks. So if you've not seen that yet, I wholeheartedly recommend that you watch it. And yeah, as I just mentioned before, I have actually run out of ammunition for the SAF-12. Normally I'd be basically moving to my 9mm at this point, but because I've got the SMP9, yeah, I'm just going to use this bad boy. Right then, folks, at this point I'd be very tempted to actually just hop off this tree trunk and take them out a little bit quicker, but for the sake of the video I'm just going to stay on the top of this area until I've got the job done. And that's it, folks. That is the first of the easy kill locations at their watering area. Right then, folks, the next method is the easy kill location number 2. And this also takes place at night, and this also takes place at the watering area. So, as before, you ideally want it where the horde is not actually here. You really do want time to get this one set up because it does take a little bit longer than the first easy kill location. But once you are on this location, it is fantastic. Not only are you untouchable, but you can also basically move around the rock area and basically start to move the horde. Right then, folks, I've been waiting around about 7 minutes and it is not that far away now from actually engaging the horde. Because you can hear there is a few freakers below me, but I'm seeing on the minimap when it starts turning bright red like that, that means there's quite a lot of action coming your way. And basically this is what's coming. It is the horde. And I'm just firing the SAF on just a few occasions just to basically get their attention over here. But you can see the beauty of this one, folks, once they actually ever get over here. This is a fantastic location because unlike the last one where they are running around like lunatics, this one they're pretty well set up for you to basically destroy nice and easily. In fact, they are set up so well that I'm actually going to take the time to take out a great number of this horde with a 9mm. So let's do this. If you get headshots, you'll usually take them out first time, but it's easier said than done at times. But at the same time, even if you're not getting the headshots, they are so close by that after 2 or 3 shots, you will normally take out one of them. So it's a nice way of taking out this horde at the very start if you're looking to take out this horde very early game. Because obviously if you run out of ammunition for your SAF-12, or if you just want to conserve what you have, this is just a great way of doing it. Because the 9mm, unless you have freakers in very small numbers, this weapon is really not that good at all. But because they can't touch you at this point, and because they are so close, the 9mm actually does decent damage. So I'm just taking the time to actually move them over a touch now, just to make it a little bit easier to see them. And as you can see, they don't move about too much, so it really does make getting this job done a very easy one. Yeah, at this point, folks, I am starting to get just a tad impatient, so I'm just going to take the time now to use the SAF-12 and take out the last of them. And this won't take long, folks. And there we go. That is the Proxy Falls Horde taken care of. Not only that, but in this area, especially because you're taking them out at night, you tend to get a lot more freakers about as well. So potentially, you can get quite a number of freaker ears from taking them out in an area like this, and it is of course very, very safe. So it's basically just a case of getting the bike back down, and then that's it, job done. Right then, folks, on to easy kill location number 3, and this is located basically beside the feeding ground of the Horde. And again, it's a location that you have to go to at night. If you try this during the daytime, they will never be here. So I'm just actually going to come down on foot. You could do this by coming down on the bike and then getting off the bike quickly. I'm choosing not to on this particular occasion. But I can see the Horde to my right hand side there. I'm trying not to attract them yet. They will see me eventually. And at this point, that's it, I'm running. I'm basically just looking to get to this location here. Basically running across that tree trunk and then get to that location on the rock there. Now, this particular location is not 100% untouchable. It has to be said, folks, especially when you're trying to attract the Horde from their feeding ground. You really do ideally want to have it that the Horde is actually at the watering grounds, head down with the bike and then basically try and get them back up to this location here. But I'm firing off a few rounds here just to get their attention, and not only that, I'm just making sure that none of them are going to try and get over that tree trunk. It very rarely happens once you're at this particular position at the rock face, but I have seen it on 1 or 2 occasions where one does actually manage to get over. But at this point here, folks, I'm looking pretty comfortable now. That is pretty much the entire Horde over at this location here. And this really is one of my favourites for taking out this Horde, because it doesn't get any easier than this at all. They're all right below you. I'm just going to take them out with gunplay, but you have the option and the luxury of using Molotovs if you like, especially as Molotov cocktails at the beginning of the game. You can get the supplies for them and craft quite a number of them quite quickly. But on this occasion, I'm just choosing to use the SAF-12 just to show how easy it is, folks. And this won't take that long. And there we go, folks. Of all the areas that you could potentially take them out in, I honestly consider this one the best. And look at this, even after I've taken out the Horde, look at how many more freakers are coming to this location because it's nighttime. So it's just extra freaker ears for myself here. Happy days. Even if I run out with the SAF-12, no problem. I've got the 9mm here, so I'll just take the time to make sure that this area is completely safe before leaving this location. Oh, very nice. That was a good shot. Wait a minute, I can still hear something. Yep. Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm actually going to move here. There we go. Very nice. And that's it. Job done. Right then, folks, on to kill location number 4. And this takes place during the daytime. So the setup for this one isn't ridiculously difficult. The only thing that I would say against using this method is that it takes quite a long time to actually take out the Horde. But it basically involves using the bike, and I'm looking to get over to this rock area here. And if you go up at that angle, you will get the bike up there. And once you're up here, folks, it's pretty difficult for any of the Horde to get near you. There is one of the lower parts of the rock area that they sometimes manage to get up to, but it's very rare indeed. Now, the place that I was standing there is ideally where I want to take them up from, but I need to move forward a touch in order to actually get them out of the cave. And this is what takes so long with this method, folks, because it's really a 2-parter at best. It's sometimes a 3-parter. You basically, the first time you will get roughly about half of the Horde coming out to basically see what the what the noise is. So I'm basically looking to get their attention once they've come out of their cave area, and then from here it's just a nice easy job once they are actually over. They're taking their time and coming over, admittedly, but yeah, from here I am moving. That area there is where I need to be for them, because when you are here, it's a very nice spot to basically take them out from. I'm just basically concentrating at the moment, because I know the freakers below me are not going anywhere. I'm just concentrating on the ones that are possibly going to go back into the cave. I just want to get as many of them over as possible. And at this point, again, they are just positioned so well. You can just use the 9mm. Now, at this point, what I'm actually going to do, because the common sense thing you would be thinking is, right, no problem, go back and start firing again at the cave, and then the rest of them will come out. They don't always come out. I think it's basically because the rest of them are a little bit further back in the cave, so they just don't quite hear what's going on. So I'm going to get their attention. And I've just made sure to have the bike set up so that it doesn't require much in the way of moving. It's already set at the angle which I know will get me onto that rock face. So I've just used one flashbang just to get their attention. They won't all start running over here straight away. They will come out of the cave area though, and that is basically enough. Because once I have them out, I basically just need to attract them over here. Yeah, it is a very safe method to do this, folks, but as I mentioned before, it's definitely not the quickest. And to some people, this may just be a little bit too much hassle. But anyhow, now that they're heading back over again, I'm just looking to get myself set up on this particular part of the rock face, because from this rock face area here, once they congregate below you, you are untouchable at this spot here. And I'm not even messing about with the 9mm this time, it's the SAF-12. Right then, folks, at this point I can already see by the indicator that's at the top of the screen there in the middle that there is not very many of this horde left whatsoever. But even if you don't have the luxury of that indicator, folks, you know that after you've taken out 2 waves of them, you have very little left to contend with. So this really is just a clean-up job. Now, once I've basically taken out this horde, before I end the rest of the video with another couple of methods, I will actually show 3 very good locations in order to get resources from. Some really good resources very early game. Right then, folks, here is the first location for getting your hands on some really good items very early game. And the first location is basically the power station in the Cascade region. And it's basically located here on the map, and where the triangle is right now, that is basically the area that you need to get to. Basically, you need to start climbing up all these stair areas until you eventually get to this point right here, and then it is up this rather large set of ladders here. But once you get to the top, this is where all the items are. And there's quite a few in this one area alone, folks. So start off with a proximity mine. Fantastic to have early game. As well as this, you also get 1 flashbang and 1 frag grenade. I'm full up on medkits at this point, but there is a medkit there. There is also a melee weapon, a sledgehammer, and then you have a pipe bomb and an attractor bomb. All in all, just for that one location, a fantastic haul to get, folks. Right then, folks, location 2 is actually located in the Belknap region. Albeit in the northern area, it's actually in the town of Marion Forks, and the first house is right here on the map, folks. Now, once you get here, there is a very specific way of getting onto the roof section and into the particular room that all these items are in, and it's right here, folks. As soon as you go in, just look at this lot. 1 proximity bomb, 1 attractor bomb, and 1 proximity mine. As well as that, there's a hatchet there as well. You've also got ammunition. Yeah, that's nice. Right, folks, on to location 3, and this location is also located in the Marion Forks town in the Belknap region. Truth be told, it's not very far away from location 2, folks. And very similar to location 2, you require a very specific route in order to access the 2 window areas that you need to get in to access the particular rooms that have all these items. And this is the first one right here, folks. Once you're in here, there is a rag there as well as some ammunition, but there is also a fantastic sniper rifle that you can get very early. And if you just go through into the next room, you have a med kit, and a tractor, and a frag grenade. But that's not all, folks. There is also a flashbang on the bed there. Once you have all those items, just exit the window here, and then you're looking to go in through the next one here. And from here, folks, there is also someone you can loot as well as a melee weapon. But the pipe bomb in the toilet there, very important. And then there is another couple items here, a Molotov and also a medkit. Right then, folks, on to the stealth option. Always a good time to show a stealth option, especially after I've just shown 3 fantastic locations for getting your hands on all the items basically that I am now about to use. So I'm going to start off with a flashbang. And I'll just make sure that I actually get that flashbang well inside the cave area. From there, I'm basically looking to get to this area here. It's well out of the way, so you're in no danger really of getting seen by them unless you do anything really stupid. But I'm going to start with an attractor. And I am taking my time in order to throw it. I'm just trying to give them a chance to actually leave the cave. And then they will actually respond to the attractor. And here they come. Now, I'm just going to have a bit of fun with this horde because basically I could have thrown a grenade at them straight away to start with, but I thought I'll just go with a couple of pipe bombs instead, and then basically I'm going to look to end up with an attractor bomb. One of these bad boys now should take out the last of this horde nicely, because I don't think there will be 20 of them left. And there wasn't. There we go, folks. That is the job done and dusted with the stealth option. But it is worth knowing, I realistically could have actually done that with just 1 attractor, 1 grenade, and 1 attractor bomb. But it's all about having a bit of fun at the same time, folks. So just one more method I want to show before finishing this video. Right then, folks, just one more method left to show, and this is the quick, easy method. And it is what it says it is. Basically, folks, I want to make sure I'm armed with 1 grenade. I'm just going to basically run in here very quickly. I want to catch the horde by surprise. The grenade is then going to be thrown right into the center. And from there, while it's doing its thing, arm myself with an attractor bomb. And I'm just going to be at the ready for any stragglers. I don't expect there to be any, but you sometimes do. But not in this case, folks. That is the PROXY FALLS HORDE, well and truly taken care of over the course of this entire video. And that is the end of this video, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care.